Well, I was hoping to have a really good day of trucking, and that's just not going to happen here. Down at my uncle's and went to drive away. I noticed I got a pretty serious oil leak happening there, right there. Noticed it on the ground down at my uncle's. Gonna have to throw something under that. And got up here. This just happened. Well, like you can see, I parked there for about a minute, 2 minutes maybe. There's a big puddle of oil, but had this guy blow apart. So I'll have to fix that too. That one's easier. This one we'll have to take a better look. Ran out to start my truck. The lights aren't actually flickering, that's just frequency difference. But we loaded here last night. I was parked this way, and I noticed there's one spot here. Not sure what this would have been about. This is probably just dripping from the axles, most likely, but and there's a little bit of antifreeze right there from the Volvo too. It needs new injectors. That's going to be a winter project. But you can see a couple of drip spots. So yeah, I would check out, because that's where I would have been at the very front. And it's probably a spot or two. Yeah, one right there, and probably another one around here. Yeah. Okay, so it was leaking yesterday. I'll figure out where we're leaking from. You can see oil's been definitely blowing around a bit. Up here on the inside of the tire. That's probably just water. Over here though, that's oil. It's dripping too hard for it to be anything but engine oil. Like, it can't be power steering fluid. Let's go grab the old sleeper here. Go for a wheel. Oh boy, there's a lot of oil under here. It's dripping there. It almost, it looks like Oilpan might have a imperfection. That's, it looks like it's coming from right there. Not there, right where that's welded on. We'll get some more light to it and we'll get her cleaned up a bit. Well, you can see, oh, I'll get my hand out of light. It's starting right there. Yeah, I am not really sure. I think I'm gonna take a wire wheel to it and clean it up. We'll see what's there. We might have to JB weld it maybe, or I don't know, some sort of sealant patch. Probably can weld it. Yeah, it's definitely that spot on the oil pan. I buffed her up a bit, and it's just weeping through there, so there must be a pinhole or a crack. I'd like to take it to my brother to get it welded, but like, I just did an oil change in this maybe 1,500 kilometers ago. I think I did 4 loads up there. Call them 170 round trips, so yeah, it'd be fair. 2 of them we'll call 350-ish. 700 and then 2 trips down to series, probably about the same. And then, well, call it another 350. And then we had a day of hauling fertilizer, and that's it. That's all it's done. And it could have been dripping then, and it might have been so little we didn't notice. And then we put cold oil in and checked for leaks, and obviously cold oil's not gonna weep through there. So yeah, I can't imagine getting a world-class weld on it if it's seeping that fast. So I'd probably drain it and then weld it. So I'm gonna see if I can find some sort of patchwork solution for now. Get me through maybe the winter. All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to buff it all clean, kind of just right around that area. I have that for a reason. My hopes are that when I'm able to get the end of a toothpick in there, wedge it in, snap it off clean, and that should plug it to the point where I can maybe put a little dollop of RTV sealant on it. And then I have this tank repair kit, which is like a fabric that you cut to size, and some epoxy, and some sort of hardening thing. All sorts of stuff that I haven't read the instructions for that I need to. So that's the plan, is hopefully I can plug it, clean it, and slap this thing on. That didn't work. I couldn't, it came with some like mastic putty. I couldn't get it to stick, but I used some of the RTV on the fiberglass cloth, placked her on there. But the epoxy that came with it was kind of crappy. So I'm gonna go get some good 2-part epoxy compound and get some 5-minute stuff, slap her on there and just let her go for half an hour and hope for the best. Well, I think we got it for now, probably not forever, but flex tape of all things. Like, you can see it right there, flex tape. It's not exactly the stuff I was looking for. I know there is some stuff, it's kind of like this, but it's really stupidly sticky, and it's a fair bit thicker. But I don't know, we'll see if it works. Need it to work for 3 or 4 days, and then in the new year we'll find a day to get it to my brother's shop and we can take it. It's just 2 tiny little cracks, and it's right, I couldn't get it in focus that well, but it's right on the side where that weld was for that bung or whatever. And worst case scenario, well, there's a few different scenarios there. Probably the absolute worst case scenario is I would have to get a new oil pan, but we'll see. And we are just struggling to have a good week at all this week. Kind of a little snow squall moved in. Right as I was about 3 miles from the Ceres Valley, and I got a call or a text asking, hey, are we going to be bringing more in? I said, yeah, we're like 15 minutes away, or I am. I didn't know where Zach was. And she's like, yeah, because it's getting pretty ugly here. We've had some people talk about how the hill's going bad, so we're gonna shut her down. It's a Friday, and we'll pick it up next week. So yeah, we got our last loads in. Zach was only 5 minutes behind me, so that worked out. They were really happy about that. So with any luck, we'll make it back. Zach and I will reload and shut her down for the weekend. thought the Webasto should have been going. I don't know if this is going to start. I think I might have set it for the wrong time. I've done it before. Ooh. That's all right. Let's take a look. I've done it before. We're not paying attention. I've set it for 8 instead of 6. Can you even see it? Timer. Monday to Friday. Yep, set it for 8 instead of 6. Oh well. We'll turn it off. It doesn't need to be on. Well, that's better than expected. Gonna have to dust her off a bit. There's some light. Oof. Oh, that's hard. I also seem to have lost a pair of Red Baron gloves, which are my favorite gloves for the winter anyways. And either my girlfriend lost them yesterday or I left them at the ice fishing shack, which is like 25 miles south of here. Well, the good news was when we took her off, there was no spare parts.
Now we got a little water in here too.
Good.
No light?
Yeah, put the light on it. Yeah, it's a pretty serious crack. Well, we got her all painted up yesterday. Still a little tacky, but I think we'll put her on anyways. Kind of a mess under here. Splattered oil, but ooh, we're zoomed in a lot. Everything looks really good on the other underside, which was my biggest fear, that we were going to get that oil pan off and there was a chunk of bearing or a load of filings or something stupid. But even on the magnets, there wasn't a speck of filings or nothing. So that was a big relief.